Start recording. Stop recording.
I am glad I never said for sure that I was getting a 5th and 6th generation iPod Touch. But it's just going to be the 5th, so I'm going to have the best of both worlds. Because the 6th generation, if there's a 7th coming out, the 6th generation is going to stop getting updates in about 4 months. So might as well get something that already can't get updates, and yet something that is a bit more modern. Although it'll be a bit slower, but it doesn't matter since iOS 9.3.5 had what was the last update in 2016. Yeah, you heard that right, 2016. Because the iPod Touch 5th generation was around in 2016. They were still selling them in 2016. Just like how they're now selling the iPod Touch 6th generation here in 2019. The iPod Touch 5th generation came out in 2012, which that's a pretty good year gap. The iPod Touch 6th generation came out in 2015, which was not that long ago. About 4 years, maybe. Maybe. So, what are my thoughts? Well, I don't have the 5th generation yet. So it looks like it's going to be another waiting time. So I may be getting the 5th next Wednesday. So I'm finally going to be able to do an iPod comparison video of you might be seeing it of the iPod Touch 4th generation, which is right here, and the 5th. Good thing I had the 4th out because I might be using it here in a little bit. So, like I said, the 5th has, not the 5th, yeah, the 4th has a sturdy back to it. Very hard metal. It's a metal. It's got a strong metal back with a glass screen. It's like most Apple devices nowadays are a little bit more rougher. What I mean by that is that it's a different material used, but it's smooth, just not completely smooth. It's got a little bit of a rough spot. And besides, this 4th generation is a bit scratched up, so I just hope that I get a 32 gig. Because the last thing I need is an 8 gigabyte 5th generation iPod Touch. Hopefully that the 32 gigabyte is the only one. The 32 gigabyte, if it's the most, then, well, it doesn't matter. So, I may just be getting the 5th. It doesn't matter now because it'll be the best of both worlds. It'll be a more modern iPod, and I can get the Bop It app. So, possibly. Don't quote me on that, but I might be able to get the Bop It app because it's got a lightning port, and I got a lightning connector. I got this. This is a lightning port connector right here. This is this long skinny thing, right? Well, not really. It's a little rectangular piece. It's a little bit like about half an inch by, a quarter of an inch? Half an inch by a little over a quarter of an inch wide. And it's got this little, it's a little bit of a short and skinny plug. It'll work on pretty much any device I'll put it on. That has a lightning connector. Right now, the phone that I'm using has a lightning connector. I've had phones that had lightning connectors. like this cracked up iPhone. Look at it. Ooh. Okay, well, not all the screen is cracked. Okay, let me show you. You want to know what is cracked on the thing? Whoa, let me tell you.
Stop.
Here, look at this. I'm holding it, and I'm feeling right here how smooth it is. That's what I'm talking about. And look at this, guys. This is what cracked. Right here, if you see up here, it's got a bunch of cracks up here. Even right near the earpiece, so I don't know what we're going to do about that, but it was already damaged, so even the home button sounds a bit different. So let's try it on this phone, because it does work. It just probably needs a screen cover now. So I'm going to plug it up. You can see, look here. This is the Apple logo on this phone that I'm turning on. Look at it. That's the Apple logo right there. I believe it's the iPhone 5. So even this, I think all I need to do is kind of. I heard that vibrating.
Page 2 of 3. Unmuted. Setup. English. Button. No SIM card installed. OK. Button. OK. OK. Button.
There's voiceover on it.
OK. Setup. English. Button. English. English. Button. Voiceover off. Voiceover on. Setup. English. Button.
You can turn it off.
Slide to power off. Button. Slide to...
See, this phone is still functional. It's just got a little bit of a crack. You know, it's got a lot of cracks here. It's even got a little crack right here. It's even got a little crack right here on the bottom. So, if I put it up to my ear, will it do anything? Well, just putting it up to my ear, I'm not really using it, so. Muted. I'm muted. This phone is just here to lie around to kind of show off. It's not really a phone I would use even if it did manage to get working. If I did manage to get it working, I'm not even sure if I'd use it. Because, I mean, even if I were to get the screen fixed, so. I even asked the person who gave it to me, what are we going to do with it? They were like, I guess throw it away because there's no real use for it. The phone's not unlocked. Okay, so it's a locked, you know, when you get a used phone, like a hand-me-down or just a used phone in general, and you want to unlock your phone and then you find out no SIM card installed, and you can't even access your Apple ID even though you're trying to sign in, and yet the phone has been used in another Apple ID, well, that's my situation right there. But I'm not really planning to use that phone anyways because I already got one. It's a newer and more modern phone that uses a more modern iOS, like I believe it's the iPhone 7. It's the iPhone 7 series of phones. It's in the 7 series of phones. So that phone over there that I just showed you was the iPhone 5, I believe. There's also another iPhone 5, which is dead. And I think I know who it belonged to, and I think you heard it in a video or two. Anyways, voiceover on an iPhone 5, not bad, right? I can use that for my Bop It app, but then again, I would you know what, I may just have to throw it away or replace the screen. But that phone's a piece of trash anyway. I mean, it belonged to someone that I didn't even know. And I guess God had a purpose for that phone to be broken. Because, I mean, because I was only trying to, I was almost about to upload the video of proof that I dropped it. Even if I did drop it on the back, you probably heard the overall device. So that's my video. Sorry about Randy.
Stop recording.